Blessings, everyone. Welcoming you to Ascension Alchemists podcast. This is Reverend HoniB, and this is episode 11, which is my solo episode. And I am delighted to be here, to really be here in this now, as this now for me is a celebration. And what I am going to speak to you about is the last few days, the journey with 7 different mentors. Yeah, what an incredible week, what a profound week, what a celebration week, as I just came back from a celebration walk, honoring and embracing the fullness of all that was experienced. Even I had not planned to take on the 4 trainings that came about, because they really came about out of nowhere, yet it's not really like that. Because, it's amazing. These cell phones that we have, here's how algorithms work. You spend a lot of time on something, and through the AI is so clever in being able to study how much time you've been spending on let's say a post, and your micro expressions. They measure all of that. And out of that, then what happens? They send you all these ads. So having said that, I am sure you have noticed when the minute you, let's say, focus on a cat video and suddenly your newsfeed is filled with cat video, or whatever you put your attention to. And this is actually a great expression through AI for us to understand how our consciousness, when we give attention to something, how more of it shows up in our life. It's a great testament to it. Having said that, as most of you know, I'm still in training for keynote speaking as well as podcast training. So that has been really amazing. We just had, this was the 4th week. Starting this week, we're entering the 5th week. With this, earlier in the week, last week, a training came about that was for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Inside my heart, I just knew I had to do it. I didn't hesitate, no question asked. I signed up for it. In addition, another training showed up, which was all day Thursday, all day Friday. Once again, as soon as I saw it, it's on a frequency level, I just knew I had to do it, sign up for that as well. Then there was a free master class with someone who I've mentored before. She had a 3-day master class. I knew inside of me, I said, I'm going to do it. And Michael was like, what are you doing? Isn't this so much? Like, look at what's already on your plate. And this absolutely would overwhelm me. I have to admit to that. Before, it would just throw my nervous system around, and particularly my emotions would go, to a different place, and not experiencing on the inside that I could handle it because of the load, especially knowing myself that I like dedicating all my energy, putting all my energy into it. Having said that, I have to say, because of this, since January, Michael and I have been teaching a very in-depth teaching on personal development for those who've been signing up with us that are part of our own ministry association. It's a very advanced class about the thoughts, about the emotions, about the feelings, about our thought, about also the mind, the way it navigates it, and our limiting beliefs, the triggers. And we have been teaching it from the lens of mighty God presence. not from the traditional way that is in the mindset space or personal development. We're going much deeper into what God Almighty says. Because we've been teaching it, naturally we've been going through it really deep. As a result of it, Michael and I individually have gone through our own personal development. Our union has gone through it. So while teaching this, which interesting enough, we were teaching one of the advanced classes this same week, my nervous system has had to get quite a bit adjusted with a new calibration. With this, it's like the month of September gave me the ability to upgrade my nervous system even higher by being able to meet some of these, I want to say trapped energy, but they're not really trapped. They're just part of the memory that's been operating with this survival brain throughout many, many years that has not yet been released. Because I was able to tap into one part of this that has been the biggest struggle for me, which some of you know, that struggle has been the emotional pain from some of these life challenges. Even I have overcome them. The pain inside my body signaling a pain message. Thus, some of the choices I wanted to make, this signal will come on. Therefore, it would prevent me from taking the next actionable step. Having said that, this week, when it came on, I knew with God Almighty, the way I have reshifted things within myself, calling God Almighty into my day even stronger, as these three different opportunities came, I knew within myself I had to take the actionable step to remind my body that we are now rewired at a whole new different calibration. Therefore, we can handle it. We're coming with God's presence. The pain body does not have a voice in this. I am capable. I am able. And with this, I wanted to apply what we've been teaching our own participants with the particularly the Ascension Alchemist method, which is the light method. For those of you who've taken that training, you know what that is. I wanted to go much deeper in it. So therefore, I was able to go much deeper in it. As a result of it, this week was plentiful with all these different mentors. And what's so amazing is that for those of you who work with mentors or coaches, you see how it is. Because I mentor others have invested their beautiful time and energy in hiring me to mentor them. I also like being mentored by others. Now, the thing that I really enjoy, I enjoy different mentors who have different consciousness than I do. There's some things we are similar, and there are things that we're very different in. And I really love that because I come from the ministry lens from God Almighty. And I really enjoy being in that difference experience. Before, I didn't like that. Before, when my system was not very regulated, I like consistency with those who thought the same as me because that would make me feel more comfortable. As I have grown out of this, I actually like the difference. And that difference, what I appreciate so much is the teachings that they're teaching. I get to meet in that difference, and I get to experience what God Almighty says on the inside to me within that space of difference. And through that difference, I'm able to have deeper and greater wisdom inside of me that is a much truer desire, even deeper passion because of that difference, versus when they're individuals that are in much more of similarity. So this week, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different mentors this week, there was such a range of experiences. So I dedicated my time, I cleared my schedule so I can dive in. So Thursday was really incredible. All day Thursday, all day Friday, and also this Saturday and Sunday. Got to go completely through it. And Saturday and Sunday, which was really great, Michael got a chance to hear some of what was being shared, which was so beautiful. Now that it's over, I'm sitting in this space of the amount from within that was shared on the inside. And don't you love it? Don't you all love when on the inside is knocking in? It's almost like, I don't know if you experience it like this. I feel sometimes God is knocking on the door of my heart on the inside. And when I am totally open, I open that door, and from within, there's this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, recognition, the depth of mastery. It all shows from within, reveals from inside of me. I really love when things are revealed from inside of me rather than me trying to grasp it with my human mind or through the human lens. So after today, I got a chance to really go walk. It was the most spectacular day in temperature, this October gorgeous weather. Some of you that live in Maryland, you probably experienced how glorious it was today. Perfect temperature, 80, blue sky, not a single cloud, with these gorgeous trees. And I walked in celebration, celebrating God Almighty, giving me the ability and the reminder that the only limitation that truly exists is the limitation that I put on myself. The only limitation had been that through the week, with having all these different responsibilities, if I add more, it would stress my system out. And I want to remind all of you something that I've had to remind myself, and it's been a direct experience. I learned when I take actionable step that is really coming from my heart, from my deep intuition, from my heart, and it is joyous, I can take on a project. I can take on like another master course class with no stress, because I am enjoying, and I'm able to be in that seat of the student where the inner part of me is so eager to learn a whole new level of information. And as I learn different information, there's a different understanding on the inside that wants to share things to me through that communication. So I also discovered each time when I take step, and I am taking the step from hesitation, I'm not coming really from true faith, I'm not coming from true joy, I'm taking the step, but I'm coming from a stress state, I feel much more overwhelmed and not happy taking the course, or taking additional things on my plate. And if anything, there's a heaviness in me. I don't feel good about it at all. So there's a direct communication. This week, because everything that came was so guided, like the way this algorithm somehow put it on my plate, it was such exquisite, gorgeous resonance of complete harmony inside of me, I just had to say yes. There was no question. And it didn't matter how much money last week, within a span of a week, I invested. It was so, there was not even a question. Of course, I'm going to invest this. This is the most beautiful investment on my own self, investing on me, counting on me, allowing myself to go through it. Even the couple of these individuals are complete, there's a real contrast to the way I live my life or I serve my mission. Yet they were sharing things with me that I needed to see. And I love this journey where I get to learn from people who are in opposition at me, rather than me. It allows me to discover more and more about myself on the inside, because this journey is an ongoing journey. You think you know it, even you've had extraordinary experiences, but this journey is ongoing. And some of you that have been with me for quite a long time, especially from 5 years ago, I did a Facebook Live and I mentioned that the walk of embodiment is a continuous walk until the rest of our incarnation. As we walk, we get to experience so many different experiences of life, and the experiences of life give us the gift and opportunity to discover more on the inside. We can't just discover on the inside. It doesn't work that way. It is when you are put in different situations, different environment, the inside, the inner sight opens up in you, and you get to see a different version, a different reality, a different scenery from within. And depends where you are, whether you're operating from faith or fear, that's going to show up. Whether you're operating from trust or not trust, that's going to also show itself. So it is such an exquisite perfection in this. And when you go on your journey with different people, you get to experience it even greater. So a lot of us that's been on our ascension journey for quite a while, we disconnected from people, from family, from friends. We had to separate ourselves to kind of discover ourselves. That includes me, and just had to go on a whole different journey because I didn't want to be with people who were opposite. I felt like I needed to be with people who thought the same, same mind, same heart, for me to actually feel safe. And it took me a long time to discover I was looking at a place of safety to feel right because of my spirituality. And that was not coming actually from a great place. It was coming from a place that was a dysregulated nervous system, and my central nervous system was not completely balanced well. So that's what I needed. When I started repairing this and healing it through God Almighty, that no longer has an impact on me. That's what's transformed. And that's where this teaching this whole year came about, so that we can also help others with it. By the way, for those of you that are interested, it is a 10 module series, and we have 2 additional bonuses coming out with it. You can definitely purchase them. They're in-depth training. It's so incredible. It is life transformative, and it is available. So you can email us at info@ascensionalchemist.com, and we can give you the link for you to go ahead and register for it. It is $2,222. For our Ascension Alchemy members, it is $2,000 even. So you get $222 off if you are an Ascension Alchemy Association member. So feel free to reach out. It's life-changing. And for those of you that are interested in actually being able to go through this and have a coaching with it, Michael and I can also offer that. So be sure to just reach out to us. Anyway, coming back to this topic. So what I'm sitting with right now is my new now. My new now after all of this, the biggest inner sight that I have is with God Almighty, all is possible. Before it would have been so overwhelming, but being able to be with all these different mentors and go through such deep training with them and being able to see what absolutely is truth in me and what is not is the most exquisite thing. And I have to say also what I'm really happy about, from within, certain things lit up on the inside. And I'm so excited to bring it to my mentorship, to the ministry, to my life. And it's so wonderful when we experience those quantum leaps within and we're aware of it, that we leap again, and we get to lean back, witness God Almighty seeing that truth on the inside, that this shift took place. That means the outer reality is going to shift. So I'm so excited to be a witness of the changes that are going to take place before me, while my human self gets to witness it, because the inside changed again. So the very first thing, those of you that know me, I'm changing right away this week certain things in our place to match the frequency on the inside. And I'm so excited. So that's this message for now. I'm not doing a Persian, I'm not doing a Farsi speaking episode on this one. I'll catch up on next one. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm so looking forward in hearing your comment, whether anything I shared resonated or didn't resonate. And also, did you get a chance to see my Sunday service message today? It was a really good one about that you are really capable. That capability is incredible. You know, our responsibility, what we are able to be responsive to, and the ability is amazing, and the capability, my goodness. God Almighty has made us so capable, and I got to witness the level of capability this week within me. And I love that. I love when I can witness that operation inside. So hopefully you all will give yourself the opportunity to go be with somebody who really thinks different than you, and have the conversation and just be a witness to what they want to share. There'll be some wonderful gifts coming out for you. Or maybe if it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay too. So thank you so much for being here with me. Much love to all of you. Have a gorgeous night. Michael and I will have the next episode later this week, Thursday, together. Have a beautiful night. Much love.